The accident happened on my way back from work. Everything was fine until all of a sudden I can't remember anything. They said to me that a car came from behind and they knocked me over, and I went over the car and then landed on the side. My leg, I sustained a degloving injury, and there was other abrasions on my face, arms and the legs.
He would always wear a high visibility vest and had lights front and rear of his bike. So immediately I thought liability should be straightforward, and I couldn't understand how more had not been done for Philippe in the year before I had met him.
The trauma came later on when I was discharged from the hospital. There was a flashbacks that somehow started to creep up and come slowly in my head. I was in tears. I just fell apart, I just crumbled.
So I think initially he was really keen to be I just want to get on with my life, things will be okay. And I saw him again and he was struggling. He had trauma symptoms still ongoing, not just of the noise of the accident, but also the trauma of actually being in hospital.
What happens is that when you have a traumatic event that occurs, that's held in your mind, and anything can trigger that. EMDR supplies adaptive information which allows reprocessing to take place.
She said, we're going to start with that moment, and then we move to this moment and to the next and the next.
It was phenomenal to see the improvement he made during that period, but there was constant engagement with both Helen and Alison to make sure I understood what the impact of EMDR was. A
lot of the time, it was really down to Jodie Gordon that she exactly knew what to do so that she could present a case to the insurer.
As part of the personal injury court process, we must have a meeting with our opposite number to discuss potential settlement, and it was only through going through every piece of evidence we had in respect of reports, in respect of occupational therapy input, speaking with him, speaking with the family, again speaking with the medical experts at play, that we could be so well versed going into that meeting that we knew what the case was worth, and we were not settling for anything less than that.
I remember they made a very small offer to begin with. I was advised by Jodie that I would get a lot more than what they were offering.
The client is the focus for us, and looking at them as an individual. We want to try and get them back to some sense of normality, no matter how severe and complex their injuries may be. How can we make sure that that individual has the right therapy at the right time to get them back to where they want to be, whether that's a new sense of normal or whether in some circumstances we can get them to where they were pre-incident.
It's not about the compensation, and most people will say, I'm not bothered about the compensation, I just want my life back. And that's the sense that you get from Cycle Law Scotland, is that that's what they're interested in as well. They're interested in the person and getting on as best they possibly can.
In the end, there was a satisfaction because, it's been a long, hard road. If you want someone to understand where you come from, get the specialist. They are very supportive. They organize everything. They let you know what's going on, and in the end, they also reach the best outcome you can get.
The very first meeting where he couldn't really articulate how badly this has impacted him, to then phoning me laterally and being able to tell me he'd been out enjoying time with his boys, out cycling with them. It's fantastic to see. That is really what drives us to do the job we do, and drives us to work differently, because while we want to always make sure we can get the best possible offer for our clients, the focus always needs to be on early rehabilitation and getting them back to where they want to be. What do they want to achieve out of life post-injury, post-incident?